Hey, everybody. Happy Monday night. I know this is a later time, but I'm going to get on here anyway, and I want to talk about overcoming fear. It's something that, everybody should work on doing. And just small steps, you guys. Small steps, right? So, what scares you? Learning how to overcome fears of failure can be challenging for everyone. But fortunately, all fears are learned. Like, we're not born with fears, you guys. And therefore, they have to be unlearned. And by practicing self discipline repeatedly with regard to fear until it goes away. And, you know, unlearning things and rewiring and retraining your brain. I've seen my mentor, Gary Cox, help people overcome all kinds of fears. And he does it, and he just makes it look so easy. But it's in the mind, right? But most common fears, that we experience often sabotage the hope for success and all the fear of failure, poverty, and loss of money, right? But, it's in there. In my purse. Go ahead. So, but there are many different kinds of fears that interfere with our happiness. And people fear the loss of love. And people fear the loss of their jobs and their financial security. People fear embarrassment or ridicule, rejection, criticism of any kind, fear the loss of respect or esteem of others. These and many other fears hold us back throughout our life. What are your guys' fears? What are things that you fear? Odin's crying. I don't know why he's crying, you guys. Like, he's just sitting there crying. Here are a few different ways that I've been reading about overcoming fears and fuel for your success, right? So, Odin. I don't know why he's crying, you guys. He's just sit there. So, fear paralyzes action. The most common reaction in a fear situation is the attitude of I can't. I don't know why he's crying, you guys. He's just sitting back behind me crying. Okay, so fear of failure that stops us from taking action. It is experienced physically, starting in the pit of your stomach, or when people are really afraid. I see you, bud. I see you. Stop. Stop. Sit down. Stop. Thank you. Okay, so when people are really afraid, their mouth and their throat go dry. Their heart starts pounding. Sometimes they breathe really quickly or shallowly, and their stomachs churn, right? But these are physical manifestations of the, negative habit pattern. But some people experience these from time to time. Fear shuts our brain down, you guys. Whenever a person is in the grip of fear, Odin, stop it. Whenever a person is in the grip of fear, he feels like a deer caught in the headlights of a car. Stop! But it often shuts down our brain and causes the individual to revert to the fight or flight reaction. Fear is a terrible emotion that undermines our happiness and can hold us back throughout our lives. And I have experienced this on more than one occasion, on a lot of occasions, actually. Odin, stop. Stop. Oh, gosh. Just chill. I'll get you in a little bit. Stop. Stop. But visualize yourself as unafraid, okay? Stop, Odin. God. Visualize. Stop. Hey, can you chill? Stop. 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 Okay. Chill. Whoa, what are you doing? thing. Hold on, you guys. Come on, you go outside. Go outside. Come on. I don't know what he wants. Probably because I've been gone all day, and he's one of those dogs that likes to follow me everywhere I go. So anyway, okay, so visualize yourself as unafraid. By visualizing yourself performing with confidence and competence in an area where you're fearful, your visual image will eventually be accepted by your subconscious mind as instructions for your performance. So just getting out there and taking action, baby steps towards overcoming certain things that you guys are fearing, right? But your self-image, the way you see yourself and think about yourself, is eventually altered by feeding your mind these positive mental pictures of yourself performing at your best. So practicing acting as if, and you've heard me talk about this before, as if you're already living the life that you want to live, as if you already have what it is that you're thinking about. By using the act as if method, you walk, talk, and carry yourself exactly as you would if you were completely unafraid in a particular situation. So you stand up straight, you smile, you move quickly, confidently, and in every aspect, act as if you already had the courage that you desire. Use the law of reversibility, okay? The law of reversibility says that if you feel a certain way, you will act in a manner consistent with that feeling. So do you act accordingly to the feeling that you're wanting, right? But if you act in a manner consistently with that feeling, even if you don't feel it, the law of reversibility will create that feeling that is consistent with your actions. The law of vibration, the law of attraction, the law of reversibility, you guys. So this is one of the greatest breakthroughs in different kinds of areas of psychology, right? They talk about it in things that I've been reading, but you develop the courage you desire by disciplining yourself and repeatedly to do the thing that you fear until that fear eventually disappears, and it will. So I have fears that I'm working on, and you know what? They're not giant fears. Like a fear to me would be being out in the middle of the ocean where I can't see land. That's a fear I have. Being out there where the sharks are, that's a fear I have. I'd have to think on some other ones. But we all, fear of failure. Nobody wants to fail, but in order to be successful, you have to fail to learn. So I'm okay with failing because I'm learning as I fall forward. You know what I mean? So that's okay. Confront your fears immediately. Your ability to confront, deal with, and act in spite of your fears is the key to happiness and success. So one of the best exercises you can practice is to identify a person or situation in your life of which you are afraid and resolve to deal with that fear situation immediately. This is something I was dealing with one of my nieces today. Decided to text me instead of call me about some stuff, and I don't know why she wouldn't pick up the phone, because she has fear, I guess. And how do you resolve anything if you don't talk and all you do is text? I don't understand it, but I love her. I love all my nieces and nephews. I do. I try to let them all know that I love them often, whether it's just a text or a call. Hey, how you doing? Whatever. Or I make a post about them. But I try to always let them know that I love them. So anyway, I love you, niece. I'm not going to say which one it is. I'll just leave it alone. But boy, teenage years are rough, aren't they, guys? Some of the hardest times I ever went through were my teenage years. and of course my 20s, which I did to myself. But the teenage years of the different hormones going on, the different just trying to figure it out, like where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed. Teenage years. If you agree with teenage years being then let me know. Put a yes down in the comment if I'm not the only one that thinks teenage years or something else. Oh, the day that my daughter turns into the teenage years. I know how I was. So hopefully things will be different with her. I will pray and work on it. From here until now, we got, less than 10 years. So anyway, but one of the best exercises you can do is just to face it head on, right? Do not allow it to make you unhappy for another minute. Resolve to confront the situation or the person and put it behind you. Stop allowing other people to rent space in your head. And this is something I work on all the time. I try to work on not allowing other people to rent space in my head, because this is me. And I cannot control other people's thoughts. I can control my own and my own actions, etc. I cannot control other people and what they do. But love you, niece. Love you, nephews. Love all of you. So move toward the fear. Meaning, like, when you identify a fear and discipline yourself to move forward, it grows smaller or more manageable, right? What's more, like, as your fears grow smaller, your confidence grows. And soon your fears lose their control over you. And now you have more control because you're more confident. And now you know that it can work. And, with baby steps, anything can happen, you guys. But, when you back away from fear-inducing situations or person, your fears grow larger and larger. If you do not take on whatever it is that you're fearing, it's just going to keep getting bigger and it's going to keep growing. So, dominate your thinking and your feeling, and, stop letting it take control. You have control. Stop letting your fears control you. Deal with the fear directly. The only way to deal with fear is to address it head on, and remind yourself that denial is not a river in Egypt. But the natural tendency of many people is to deny that they have a problem caused by a fear of some kind, or they're afraid of confronting it. In turn, it becomes a major source of stress, unhappiness, and other things that it could lead to. Okay? Be willing to deal with the situation of the person directly. Stop allowing people and the situations to control you, right? It's easier said than done. But I promise you, if you start confronting those things, when it happens, then it'll work out. So when you force yourself to face any fear-inducing situation in your life, your self-esteem goes up, and your self-respect increases, and your sense of personal pride will grow with it. But you eventually reach the point in your life where, you're not afraid of anything. And, it's, winning the game of fear, Are you winning? Are you conquering your fears? I'd like to hear what kind of fear you guys have overcome here lately. Put it down in the comments. Private message me. I'd love to hear about it. But stop letting fear control you. Get out of your comfort zone. Get uncomfortable with getting uncomfortable, and you're going to grow in many ways than one. So I wanted to share how to overcome a fear, and I think mainly because when my niece, came at me today, tomorrow's her birthday, and I thought she would be calling to say thank you, but instead it was something totally different, big overreaction. But I hope she finds peace with it and knowing that I'm always here. But that's why I wanted to talk about it, because can't ever get her on the phone to talk. And when we do talk on the phone, it's more or less me doing all the talking, which, you all know I can talk and talk and talk. But it kind of got me in my box a little bit today. I don't like came out sideways, and I really don't like being disrespected by any of my nieces and nephews. And today I was disrespected, and I put my foot down and said, no more. We're not going to do that. You're not going to talk to me like that. I love you, but we're not going down that. We're not going to get down. I don't get down like that. So love you, and I hope everybody has a wonderful and blessed night, and overcome those fears, you guys. Take baby steps. As long as you're moving forward and not going backward, it's okay. So have a good night. Bye, guys.